Welcome, everyone. This is the Masterclass. My name is Patrick Nazareth. I have around 30 years of teaching experience and I would like to help dispel your doubts, should you have any. Today, we look at the chapter Patol Babu, film star, written by Satyajit Ray. Satyajit Ray was born in Calcutta in 1921 into a distinguished Bengali family. He died in the year 1992. He was one of India's most celebrated filmmakers, writers, and artists. Internationally, he is celebrated for his Apu trilogy and other films that brought Indian cinema global recognition. Ray created the famous detective character Feluda and also wrote various short stories. His writing usually featured ordinary people in extraordinary situations, or he put extraordinary people into ordinary situations. Themes of dignity, artistic integrity, and compassion are woven into his works with humor. He received the Oscar for Lifetime Achievement in the year 1992, shortly before his death. Perhaps sometimes we feel that we are so unimportant that life has passed us by. We are introduced to Patol Babu. Patol Babu is just getting ready to go to the market to buy some vegetables for the house, when someone calls him from the street. It is his friend, Nishikanto Babu. He informs Patol Babu that yesterday he had met his youngest brother-in-law, whose name was Naresh Dutt. Naresh Dutt was looking for an actor to do a part in a film. The actor was described as someone who was short, balding, and 50-ish, which exactly described Patol Babu. Nishikanto Babu asked Patol Babu would he be staying in because it was, after all, a holiday, it being Tagore's birthday today. He had given his address to his brother-in-law who would be paying a visit to him. Patol Babu was very excited hearing this. In fact, he was so excited, he forgot what he was supposed to buy in the market. He forgot to buy aubergines or baigans, for example. He mixed up onion seeds and chilies. He did his shopping as soon as possible, went back to his house and waited for Naresh Dutt to arrive. Finally, after the morning had finished, at 12:30 in the afternoon, Naresh Dutt comes. In the meantime, Patol Babu is reminded of his own past. He used to work at a place called Kanchrapara. He had a clerical job in a factory there. He used to work in amateur theatricals. He had made quite a name for himself. People used to pay to watch him perform. He got a better offer in Calcutta. He moved, but unfortunately, after working for 9 years, the Second World War came about and circumstances caused him to lose his job. He tried to open a variety store, which did not work. He went to work at a Bengali firm, but left because his boss did not treat him nicely. Then, for 10 long years after that, he tried different things, including being an insurance salesman, but none succeeded. Today, at the time of speaking, he goes visiting a scrap iron factory where his cousin works, hoping that he can find something to do there. Naresh Dutt informs him that the role is a speaking role. It suits him to a T, and he asks him to wear a particular jacket that is buttoned up to the neck because he is to play an oldish man in winter. He is given an address, Faraday House, near Benting Street. After Naresh Dutt leaves, and Patol Babu knows that he is going to be doing a speaking role, he is going to be paid for it, he informs his wife, look, I don't know where this is going to go, but perhaps it'll open a career for me. His wife is a practical lady and she tells him that this is the problem with you. You count your chickens before they hatch. Maybe that is why you have not been as successful in life as you could be. The next day at 8:30 sharp, just as he's been told to do, Patol Babu is at Faraday building. He doesn't know where Naresh Dutt is and he feels a slight pang. Suppose he's not there? After all, he's the only person who recognizes him. Somebody calls out to him, Atul Babu. It is Naresh Dutt, who has forgotten his name is Patol Babu. He informs him that his name is actually Sitala Kanto Ray or Patol Babu, and he is complimented on being punctual. Patol Babu is looking around the sets and he's seeing the people, everybody busy at their own work. He's particularly impressed by an assistant who's carrying around the 60-pound camera on his shoulder. Patol Babu would like to know what are his lines in the movie, and he's just about to ask when the film shooting starts. Everybody is to be silent and stay in their allotted places. A car draws up. A man gets out of the car and rushes towards the building. Cut, goes the director, and the sound starts up again. Patol Babu doesn't know who the actor is. The person standing next to him informs him that his name is Chanchal Kumar, an up-and-coming actor who is working in quite a lot of films. He doesn't even know who the director is, and his friend informs him the name of the director is Baran Malik, who has directed 4 film hits in a row. Naresh Dutt comes up to him and gives him a cup of tea, and Patol Babu asks him, could I have my lines please? Naresh Dutt takes him towards the man with the camera. Susankoda, could you give this gentleman his lines please? Susanko takes out a piece of paper, borrows a pen, writes something, and gives it to Patol Babu. What is his dialogue? All he's supposed to say is "oh," a single word "oh." Patol Babu feels very let down. Is this what he has come here for? Just one word? Could that even be considered dialogue? So Sankoda notices that his face has fallen and he explains to him that please understand, you have got a speaking role in a Barin Malik film. People would kill for that. You see all these people around you, none of them have speaking roles except for you. The young man called Jyoti comes up and explains to Patol Babu exactly why his scene is so important. He says, the Chanchal Kumar is playing the role of a person who realizes that his firm has been losing money because it has been stolen by some of his employees. He comes running to his office. He is so preoccupied that he dashes into Patol Babu. He doesn't even bother to apologize. That is the scene. It's a very important scene, a very crucial scene, because it goes towards showing the state of mind that Chanchal Kumar is supposed to be in. Patol Babu cannot really understand this. He feels very let down. His coat feels heavy, he feels warm, he's almost panic stricken. Perhaps it would be better if he went home to a friend of his. Then an old memory surfaces. His guru, his teacher, Gogon Pakrakshi, had told him years and years back, no role, however small, is unimportant. Because you have to give it your best. The audience can understand better because of the way you emote. You are not unimportant. Your role is not unimportant. You must never treat anything, no matter how small, as unimportant. Give it your best so that the audience understands what you are going through, what the character is going through. Patol Babu remembers these words and it gives him a fresh lease of strength. He asks, when is this shot going to be taken? He is told that it would take another half an hour. He walks to a side street. He starts to practice his lines, saying these lines over and over again, oh, 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 in different inflections, different moods. He realizes that just this one word could mean such a lot, said in so many different ways. In fact, he wonders why he ever thought it was such an insignificant part. And he's wondering how he should play it. How much surprise should he show? How much anger should he show? How much irritation should he show? Now he is called for his part. He walks up to the director and he tells him, wouldn't it be better if I also was preoccupied, if I was also shown reading a newspaper? The director looks at him and he asks another gentleman to pass him a newspaper, which he does. And then he suggests that he wear a mustache, a butterfly mustache, which is instantly put on to him by the makeup artist. The butterfly mustache suits him. Patol Babu takes his hat off to the competence of the director, how good he is at understanding what a person should look like, how he should fit into the role. The scene is set. Patol Babu counts off the number of steps. 5 steps for him, 4 steps for his fellow actor. Action! The cameras roll. They walk towards each other. There's a clash. He has timed it so perfectly that he actually hits the actor and himself badly. He's in a lot of pain, but he remembers he has to give out his lines, and he does so just about perfectly. The director shouts cut, and everyone praises him for the way he has acted out his role. Even the actor Chanchal Kumar comes up to him and tells him that he has done beautifully. In fact, he tells him he nearly passed out because of the way his heads collided. He goes back to the shade of the pawn shop. He is happy. He has done his job to perfection. He is glad that he has been able to live up to his ideal of acting, that he has bothered about his craft, not about the length of his role. After some time, Naresh Dutt goes looking for Patol Babu, but he is nowhere to be found. Where is the gentleman? He has to be paid after all. But Naresh Dutt has no time to look for him. The shooting is still going on, and he turns back to the set. Barin Malik calls out to him to start managing the people again. Who are the characters in the story then? Patol Babu or Sitalakanto Ray, 52 years old, short, bald, humble, punctual and professional. Struggled with various jobs over the years. Patol Babu's wife, practical, supportive, but also realistic because she understands their financial struggles. Nishikanto Babu or Nishikanto Ghosh, who is their neighbor living 3 houses away from them, a considerate and a helpful person. Naresh Dutt, 30 years old, Nishikant Babu's youngest brother-in-law who works in the film line for a living. Barin Malik, the film director, a professional gentleman, very decisive in what he wants, agrees instantly to the suggestion about a newspaper, puts a mustache onto Patol Babu. Chanchal Kumar, an up-and-coming actor in the business in his 20s. Sosanko, a young crew member, he handles the scripts and the dialogues. Jyoti, young crew member, he's about 20 years old, is kind and respectful to Patol Babu. Keshto, elderly makeup man, skilled and experienced. What are the settings of this story then? It's a Sunday morning in summer, on Tagore's birthday, which falls on May the 7th. The place is Nepal Bhattacharji Lane, Patol Babu's neighborhood, where he lives modestly in Calcutta. Kanchrapara, where Patol Babu lived the first time he got a job working in a railway factory, and of course also took part in theatrical plays. Faraday House, a 7-story office building in Calcutta, at the crossing of Benting Street and Mission Row, where the shooting takes place. Calcutta, the city setting, specifically the Esplanade area and business district. The side street, a quiet office area where Patol Babu rehearses his lines over and over again. What are the literary devices used by the author? Irony, situational irony, or one celebrated actor reduced to saying just one word of dialogue, and Patol Babu leaves before being paid. There is dramatic irony. We understand his circumstances. The film crew sees him as just another extra. Look at the title. Patol Babu film star. For a man, an actor who just has one word to say. Flashback. An extensive backstory woven in as to how Patol Babu's circumstances are now compared to what it was previously. Foreshadowing. Patol Babu mixing up his wife's shopping because he's thinking about something else. The way his wife warns him. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't start making dreams up. The memory of his mentor, which gives us a moral lesson. Symbolism. The woolen jacket, what does it represent? The burden and the discomfort of pretense or pretending to be something or someone else. The butterfly mustache, symbolizing transformation, the enhancement of artistry. The single word, "oh," shows us how we can find meaning even in small things. The grey mustache, representing wisdom and dignity. Contrast. Past glory versus present obscurity. The initial excitement versus his disappointment versus his satisfaction at the end. Monetary payment versus artistic fulfillment. The professional film crew's casualness versus Patol Babu's dedication. Imagery. Vivid descriptions of the film set, the crowd, the equipment, and Patol Babu's rehearsal. Metaphor. Each word spoken in a play is like a fruit on a tree, the ladder to fame and fortune, gold mine of meaning in one syllable. Allusion, references to the Mahabharata, the Gandhav, Vrikodara, Tagore's birthday, the god Kartikeya. Repetition, multiple instances of the word "oh" practiced in different tones. Silence called repeatedly. Personification, the sun playing hide and seek with clouds affecting the shooting schedule. Humor, gentle comedy in the confusion over his name, Atul versus Patol, the wife's criticism, and the absurdity of such preparation. The themes in this lesson: artistic integrity and dedication. True artistry means giving your all to the role, no matter how small. Dignity in work, finding satisfaction and self-respect in doing whatever you are supposed to do to the best of your ability. The creative process, the work and the imagination put in behind seemingly simple performances. Art versus commerce. Artistic satisfaction versus monetary compensation. Patol Babu chooses artistic satisfaction. Mentorship and wisdom. Gogan Pakrakshi, dead and gone, but his values still make Patolda become a better actor, a better person. Resilience, continuing to strive despite years of setback and failures. Respect for craft. Every element of performance, no matter how small, demands total attention. That's the lesson there for you then. I do hope I have been of help. If I have, do remember to like, subscribe and share. Remember, there would be others who would be needing our help. Thank you so much for watching.